Are you sleepy? Are you sleepy? Look at your little belly. Look at your little belly. I love you. Oh, he's sleepy today. We might be making this video while I'm holding him. Maybe I can turn around and you can see his cute face. Oh, his little noises are so cute. So I don't even know, oh my goodness. He is passed out right now. So I don't even know where to begin with this video. It's been 2 weeks since I've posted a YouTube video, and a lot has changed for me in the past 2 weeks, as you can see. This is Koko. I was hoping to introduce you to him today, but he has fallen asleep on my shoulder. He is an 8 to 9 week rescue puppy that I got from the Paws rescue shelter in St. Lucia. So my intention for you, oh, hi dear. I love you so much. Yeah, so my intention for this video is merely to share Koko's story, to share with you how I got him his life, how we saved his life, how he is now with me, how I'm now a new puppy mom and obsessed with him, and also to welcome him to the family so that he can get a lot of love and support from you as well, because he's just the most adorable, adorable thing. Look at his nose. You see him? I think he's really happy to be home with me right now because he just spent 2 days in the emergency room ICU. You want to say hi to my friends? Yeah. He just got back from the MRI, so you can see that the back of his head is shaved, really funny. That's why it's shaped that way. Oh, are you awake now? Are you gonna say hi to everybody? Are you gonna sit and sleep in mommy's lap? I love you. Okay. I'm gonna let him sleep in my lap for a little bit. Around the second to last week of June, Cash and I went to St. Lucia to not only go and celebrate his 30th birthday, but also to go and visit a potential retreat center for my Fully Raw retreats for next year. And while we were there, we got a phone call from the Paws rescue shelter, and they invited us to come and look at all of their amazing animals. And we did. On our last day out, we went to go and visit this shelter, and they had around 90 dogs there, all rescues that needed forever homes. And Cash and I went, and we just fell completely in love with all the animals there. And they didn't just have dogs, but they had horses and cats and just so many different kinds of animals there, and we fell in love. I wasn't able to take home a rescue pup with me at the time, although I really wanted to, and I kept in touch with them. About a month later or so, they had a rescue come in, this little one right here, and he had just been thrown out of a puppy mill at 2 weeks old. 2 weeks old. And when he was thrown out, he was attacked by larger dogs. Now I'm gonna explain to you in just a little bit what happened when these dogs attacked him, because we recently learned all the details of it. But when I first found out about him, all we knew is that these larger dogs had punctured his eye, either by a tooth or by a claw. So when they found my little Koko, and at the time they were calling him Chance since he was being given a second chance at life, this is what he looked like, and it was heartbreaking to see. So when he was turned into Paws, I basically messaged them and said, this is my baby, so how can we get him to me? And with a lot of help, and with an amazing flight carrier named Beth, and with lots of help from Paws, we ended up getting him to me. Now, it has been a really rough start for this little pup. He's had a rough start to his life. Not only did he have a punctured eye, but when I got him, we found out that he had so many other health issues. And for the past 3 weeks that I've had him, it has been numerous vet appointments, stays in the ICU, x-rays, MRIs, and so much more. Not only does he suffer from clustered seizures, which has been the primary issue that we've been dealing with him, but also he does have a bad back leg, that was either damaged during this dog attack or something else. We can't really tell. He's had several ticks and ear infections. He had pneumonia for a little bit, a non-cardiac pulmonary edema is, I believe, the correct way to say that. He was suffering from anemia when I got him as well. And because his eye is punctured, he is blind in his left eye, and the eye is still in there, but we can't operate on him just yet because he's too young and it's not safe to put him under. And he could possibly be suffering from liver shunts as well. So that's just a handful of the things that he's come with when I received him. And ever since he's been with me the past 3 weeks, we have been day by day going through the list to help him heal from these things. Now, as you can see, he is just the most adorable sweetheart of all time, and I have fallen completely in love with him, and I'm just totally obsessed with this little one right here. He's patient, he's kind, and when he wants to be a puppy, he's playful and he chews on my toes. We did go through a bit of a struggle where I couldn't get him to sleep through the night for about 2 weeks, and we're finally just moving past that. And he's getting used to sleeping on my head. And actually, I've been putting bells on him while he sleeps because his seizures tend to come at night, and I just want to make sure that if he is shaking, I hear him. So I put bells on him while he sleeps at night. This week has been a bit crazy, and up until this point, we've been grasping at straws to find a diagnosis for him, and I'm actually so incredibly grateful because yesterday, we finally just got the MRI results back for him, and we finally know now why he's having these seizures. And in the 3 weeks that I've had him, he's had 12 to 14 seizures, and 3 of them were 1 to 2 minutes long. They were horrible. For the majority of these seizures, they've been in my arms to try and stop him, and then the other ones he's been in the ICU where they've been able to stop them. I'm really glad that we have the MRI results now, because now we know exactly why he's having these seizures. And what shows basically from these photos is that when he was attacked after he was thrown out of the puppy mill, apparently the hits from these larger dogs, whether it was a claw or a bite, basically changed, cracked, or obstructed the cerebriform of his cerebral plate here. So basically, he has a cracked skull. He's in my lap right now. So basically, he has a cracked skull on the side of his head that you can see, and parts of his brain have hemorrhaged out, which is abnormal. Not only was that area affected, but you can see on the opposite side of his face, we think that this was from a bite. A large bite that hit him like this. It obstructed and broke the bone, the muzzle bone of his nose. And for the longest time, we couldn't figure out why he had the runniest nose of all time, and it's because that bone structure isn't there for him. And he also had a brain hemorrhage, so basically brain fluids and brain that's basically leaked down into his nose. Now, those 2 exposed parts of his brain have been what's been causing his seizures. Now, as scary, oh, thank you so much. As scary and as devastating as that news was when I found out, I'm actually also really glad that now we have an answer so that it can be treated and it's not fatal. He has the ability to have a long, happy, healthy life, and I'm gonna do everything in my power to give that to him. So, as of right now, oh my goodness, are you waking up? As of right now, the way that we're gonna be treating this is not through surgery, because surgery is a bit too dangerous right now. But we have tested one seizure medication that has been actually helped the past 2 to 3 days to stop his seizures. Doctors have told me that as long as we can keep his seizures under control, that he'll be good. We're gonna be treating him as we would an epileptic. I have issues saying that, an epileptic puppy. I actually just picked him up from the ICU today. For those of you who've been watching my Instagram stories for the past 3 weeks, you know that I've had him and this is no surprise to you. And those of you who are on YouTube and you've missed me not posting for 2 weeks, this is why. I've basically just been in the ICU and emergency room trying to save this baby's life, and he's feeling so much better. As you can see, he's active, he's playful, he's puppy. I love him so much. And I'm just grateful that he's alive right now, honestly. And I want to say thank you to, I've been working with a lot of people to help save his life, so I want to send a few special thank yous to everybody right now. You want to go down? Okay. All right. He's gonna probably chew my toes right now. There have been so many people involved in the saving of his life, so I do want to give a few special thank yous right now. So number one, help Paws, their animal rescue shelter, for blessing me with him. I really feel like he has filled a hole in my heart that I've really been needing to have for a long time, and it's just been so emotional, and you guys have been awesome. I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to Anna and Alicia, his fairy godmothers, who have been a huge emotional support. Anna's a holistic vet who's been helping me emotionally through all of this. Renee, who is the registered vet with Help Paws. I want to thank Dr. Guckenauer from West Houston Veterinary Medical Associates. I want to thank Sunset Vet. Enrique, if you're watching this, you've been amazing. And I also want to thank Gulf Coast vet medical specialists. You guys have been amazing, helping me get these MRIs done and these scans. It has been meeting after meeting and appointment after appointment trying to figure out why on earth he was having these seizures. And trust me, it is so scary to watch your dog go through a seizure, foam at the mouth, get hard and shake, poo on themselves, pee on themselves, and then all of a sudden come out of it as if nothing happened, and you're sitting there trying to figure out what's going on and if you did anything wrong. And I mean, I've just gained so much respect for people who have ever saved a life and who've dealt with any special needs case. And it's changed my life. The past 2 weeks have changed my life. And while it has been scary and emotional, it's also been incredible and beautiful, and I'm so incredibly grateful for this experience. I've been really protective of my boundaries the past few weeks because I have received a lot of criticism for taking on this dog who wasn't expected to live and would have probably been euthanized by now. But I really felt in my heart that he needed to be saved, and he is going to have a long, healthy, happy life. And I know that everybody is not going to understand this or why I did this, and that's okay. I'm not asking for approval. I just know that there has been a lot of criticism and judgment in this case, and I've basically just been blocking it out because I don't have the emotional space in my heart for that right now. Everything that I've basically given this past week has gone to saving his life, and I just haven't had room in my heart for much else. So I want to thank every single person who, in the process of saving him, has sent me a kind, supportive message. It has meant the absolute world to me, and it has been a lot of what's gotten me through this. And now that we're out of the woods and the true healing process can begin for Koko, I'm just grateful. Like, you need to know that your kind support has really gotten me through. And I'm trying to kind of hold back my tears right now. I'm not gonna cry because I've just been crying for 3 weeks straight. Were you biting my toes? Yes, you were. Won't bite my nose in a minute. Come here, oh, I love you. I love you. You wanna show everybody your cute little belly? Look at his little belly. Look, I mean, can we talk about it for a minute? Can we talk about this little belly for a minute? Cash and I decided to name him Saint Koko because originally Cash just wanted to call him Saint because he came from St. Lucia and he'd been through so much, and Saint was a really cool name for him. I wanted to name him Koko, K-O-K-O, because I've only had 2 other dogs in my life. I've fostered and I've rescued many, but officially owned, I've had 2. My first dog ever was Kiki, and I had her from when I was very little, like 3 or 4, all the way up until I was 9 years old. And I didn't get to say goodbye to her as a child, and that really traumatized me. Kiki had a litter with our next door neighbor's puppy by accident, and in that litter was born Koko. And for those of you who've been following me a long time know that I had Koko for 18 years, and she was just the love of my life. Like, I still cry thinking about her because she'll never be replaced in my eyes. And she died at 18 years old, and she was a little Maltese, and she was just so precious. Like, if you've ever just owned a fur baby, and if you know how special animals are, then I'm sure you can relate to losing an animal and how hard it is, because they're just so wonderful. Losing it right now. Koko will never ever be replaced in my heart, because I just loved her so much. I mean, I had her from basically 9 until 18 years, past that 9 or 10 to 18 years. She went to elementary school with me, middle school, high school, college, and the later part of her life, she helped me run my co-op, and she would always be in my co-op boxes. She was just a wonderful, wonderful dog, and she was like my best friend. So I was really sad when she passed, and I'm still sad. And you know, sometimes she shows up in my dreams and she lets me know that she's okay, but I still worry about her. Anyways, so it's been about it's been about 5 years since she's passed. And for those of you who have been watching my journey in Bali, I've rescued and fostered 2 dogs in Bali. And I was able to save one of their lives and the other passed. And I just haven't been able to get another dog, just the fear of loving one and losing one again, because the pain is so heartbreaking. And so Koko coming into my life, so I had Kiki, Koko, Koko. I wanted it to kind of follow this theme of my forever home dogs that I love so much. And when I saw Koko, I just knew he was mine, right? And so me and Cash named him Saint Koko to basically join these names, and it just feels appropriate for him. And the moment I saw him, I knew he was mine. Anyways, I was like, he's mine. This is it, you know, this is, and I felt really ready at the time when I got him. Feel better now. So yes, here we are, 3 weeks later. He is here in Texas with me. We do have a long road to recovery, and there are so many details that I have not even been able to include in this video, but this is the basic gist of them. How I got him, what he's been going through, what we've just discovered with his MRI results, how we're gonna be moving forward. And I've had a lot of people ask me about what foods I'm giving him, CBD oil, all this stuff. I'm not really prepared to answer any of those questions yet, because he's been on medicated foods and seizure medicines, and we've just been trying to get him to have a normal puppy life, and it's been really scary. For anybody who's ever dealt with a dog with seizures, it's just anything could trigger one, and you just have to be so careful. So at this moment in time, I'm not going to be talking about any of that. I'm doing exactly what these very helpful, experienced vets and specialists have been telling me to do. I want to keep him alive. So all that being said, I want to thank every single person who has adopted a rescue, because it is no small feat. It is no small job. It is challenging, it's hard work, and I do just want to say a little bit about that, because there are so many dogs who are in need of a loving forever home right now. And I know that most people probably want to go online and shop or get a breeder to breed them that perfect dog. I just ask you to consider, I know that most of you are probably watching this and being like, I could never adopt a dog after watching her go through that. But this is a very special case. This is a very unique case, and I believe that he was brought to me for a reason. I'm pretty sure, I don't know anybody else who would have probably gone to these lengths to keep him alive. And yeah, so I do want to say this: if you've ever thought about adopting a dog, get a rescue. They're so grateful. They will love you so much and be so appreciative. And I do hope one day to like close down puppy mills or start my own rescue. That's in the very far future. But for right now, just if you don't even know anything about adopting or rescue, maybe just do a little bit of Googling and why it's so important, just to spread awareness around this. And I don't want anybody to be terrified by my experience adopting this rescue. Most of the time, it does go really smoothly. I have volunteered at Houston Pets Alive, and I'll tell you that they had hundreds of dogs there after Hurricane Harvey. So many dogs found their forever homes, and they went home and everything went smoothly. This is a very special case. This is a very unique case, and not everybody would have taken this on. I acknowledge that. So if you've ever considered getting a dog, go visit your nearest rescue shelter. Go see the ones who do need homes. You wouldn't believe how many dogs are euthanized and put to sleep every week, every day, just because they don't have a home to go home to. And I know that there's so many different people watching this video right now, vegans, non-vegans, whatever, everybody, every human watching is a human. And if you have compassion to save a life, to give a life a home, maybe perhaps you could open your heart up to doing that. I can't expect everybody to understand me right now, and I guess that's where the compassion comes in. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for watching. I'm going to keep all of you updated on St. Koko and his story and everything happening with him. I'm just grateful that he's alive right now and that he's out of the woods, and that his real life can begin now, his real healing journey. And if I could ask you for anything, it would really just be to send your prayers and your light and your love. Every single message, encouraging word, it's heard and received, and it's really been so helpful. So thank you. I'll definitely be sharing more Koko updates for you. For those of you who want to follow his Instagram, I just made an Instagram account for him called FullyRawKristina, and I'll put a link in the description below for you. So Koko and I want to say thank you for watching today. I'm gonna go feed him and get him to bed early if I can. He just got all wet from knocking over his water. Koko and I want to thank you for watching today and for all of your love and your support. We will see you in the next video, and we send you lots of hugs and kisses. Yes, we do. And nose bites as well. Yup, it's his favorite thing. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Say, I want to eat your fingers and chew your fingers.